Hey there, welcome to my Blender and Thoughts video. This is a rubric where I just gonna show you my current Blender projects and I'm going to talk a little bit about them. Today I'm gonna show you the Commander control room for probably this is going to be a spaceship. It wasn't planned. I actually wanted to just create a realistic looking room for my screens here. I want to create a room, a scene for my Let's Play channel as an overlay that I could use it. So I have the screen here. I actually used it already in my Let's Play. I recorded on this screen Series M4. I show you this here a little bit. And then I thought, well, I need a better room. So that was my initial thinking. Wait a second, I try to here reset this. But somehow, you know, it happens very often that you want to create something in Blender, and when you learn Blender, it happens very often that you get distracted by new little ideas you have. And I think that's really cool, because that's kind of like when you draw something, right? You never really know how it's going to look in the end. And this is kind of the same thing what happens here, I believe, except if you have a template. If you have a blueprint and you want to go a certain way, then this is a different case. But in my case, since I'm falling through the universe, now, in my case, since I'm, well, I like to fantasize a lot, and I liked getting distracted. In this case, it's very, very cool because you're creating stuff you didn't even know what's coming out of that. So we have here the control room, that's for sure. And then I'm going to show you a little bit and talk a little bit about that. First, we change the lighting so that you can see it a little bit better. I have to work differently on the lighting. And this is just, it was a little test. This is an energy shield thing, but this one I developed. It sounds weird, but this thing I figured out while creating this ship. There's also a video about this ship on this channel. In this case, it's just here because sometimes it's easier if you copy and paste your old stuff into your Blender nonsense current project, then you can have easier access to that. You know, it's not, you don't have to create everything again. So that is very helpful. And that's very cool about Blender. Everything you create here, for example, this stuff is also from another Blender project. You can just copy and paste it in your, you know, in your new stuff. And the more often you do, the more stuff you create, the more stuff you have. You can create quicker results, you know, and that's really something I like. And the good thing is, if you create everything on your own, it's your stuff. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to be worried about if you show this in the internet. It's your stuff. You created it, and then you know you don't have to be worried about what's it called? You know, the right system or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the control desk. It's not finished yet. There will be a little bit of more details, I believe so. If I hide that, I can show you how I did this. Basically, the control room is made of ship disappeared. Is made out of this sector here. I have to dissolve that. So this part we need. So I duplicated it with Control and D, I believe. This is Control D. Yeah, sometimes I, you know, it could happen that I talk nonsense. Describing things in English is still a challenge to me. So if I say something, you know, which is completely wrong, you know, bear a little bit with me and keep in mind that it's not a tutorial. So we duplicated this thing here. And now we're going to separate it, like we have selected this thing and we are saying separate by selection. Now we have two objects. If you do that, we have to keep in mind that it also carries all those informations. Sometimes you don't want to have that, you don't like that, so you just, you know, delete that, give it a new material, make it Oh, a little bit darker. Okay, and now we're gonna extrude that. And we have a new object, right? Like this one here. And this is something I figure out. I mean, it's so easy to make that. Look at that. Ta-da! And now you have actually already a little desk, a little space desk. You know, it's cool, right? And very easy to make in this case. So, and the good thing is because we duplicated it from the main ship. If you, I mean, it's not a ship yet, but it's probably gonna be one. It's exactly in the center. That's the fun and a good part. So we don't have to be we don't have to worry about being not in the center or something. And then you keep kind of working on it, like, you know, either like that, or I recently figured out that this one is extremely helpful, as I already clicked on. Usually I work with this, and when I say this and that, that's how I remember stuff. I don't even know the names for that. Bevel, I know, meanwhile. Where was it? Now insert this one here, I believe. Yeah, this. If you use this kind of tool, the good thing about that is there are multiple ways to make that. But when you use that, we can be sure that every, you know, it's the length from here to here is exactly the length like it is here, which is not always, what's the word, selbstverständlich? Oh crap, I do not know. Let me just quickly check a word. Okay, just Google the word neutral, self-evident, or obvious. Yeah, well, I would go with obvious here. It's not always obvious. Anyway, so and then we have this one here, and now we can extrude into the inside, make it a little bit smaller again with this tool. Because if you make it smaller, I believe so, you know, I'm still learning, so keep that in mind. If you make it smaller like this, you see it goes into this direction. There are ways to change that, that's for sure. We can change where this, you know, we can also say individual points is somehow. Sometimes I'm ending up trying everything to see what's the right thing. But this one here is basically what we need. We want to make it a little bit smaller. See? It's exactly in the middle. Extrude this again, maybe once more like this. And wait, maybe we can use the Bevel Modifier here. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe extrude. How do we make it actually smaller? See, that's interesting. How do we make it smaller without creating a new one? Maybe. Oh, well, this is something I have to figure out later for myself. I mean, this is just, you know, I just wanted to show you this a little bit. So you see, I also struggle a lot, and sometimes you just have to think about how to deal with stuff. But that's actually also the fun. I think Blender to me is kind of like a computer game. You just need to learn certain steps, and if you kind of know what you are doing, you can create really fun stuff. And that's what I really like about it. It's kind of like a Minecraft for advanced people, if you want. I mean, Minecraft is also fun. I still play it. I played it last time on my new tablet, because every time when I get a new toy like a tablet, doesn't happen so often, which is a good thing. I test Minecraft on it, and it's always a fun game. It's always good. I'm not happy that Microsoft bought it, because, you know, although they are kind of okay with the microtransactions, I think they don't overdo it. It's definitely there. You can spend more money on that. I don't know why anybody should spend money like microtransactions in Minecraft. I have no idea. But that's a different topic. An awful topic. Awful development, but that's what it is, I guess. Anyway, fucking stupid gaming industry. It's so annoying. Sorry guys, you have no idea how much I hate those stuff. I hate microtransactions. I knew it would screw up games, and it did. It's getting worse. Anyway, so then we have here, see, a little bit. I mean, this is it now done relatively fast. It's not very cool. but that's how I created my little desk. And then you can also make, you know, other stuff, whatever you want. That's really up to you, to your imagination. Oh, this is also maybe a thing so I think if you want to make this smaller without this guy here, we can also say press E for extrude, S for scale, and then 0.9, and now it's just a little bit smaller. We can do this here again. E extrude S 0.9. Oops, I forgot something. Something went wrong. It's okay. Let's do this again. So E extrude S 0.9, and now they both are equal. Or we're just gonna use a mirror modifier, that would work as well. And now we're gonna make it, I think this one screws up right now. We're gonna make it like this, and here we go again. And that's still something I'm struggling with. Yeah, I think if you want to make it completely symmetric, it's better to use a mirror modifier, I believe. So although it's a good practice to get used to those tools and to get used to those different settings, which are incredibly helpful, I often end up you know, try and error and see, does this work now? No, does this work now? Using different kind of stuff like this. Wait, we're gonna extrude this again. Oh yeah, that's actually what I believe I wanted to do. Oh, my brain is just trying to protect me by telling me, yeah, that's what you wanted to do actually, which is probably not true. Anyway, so and now you see, isn't that cool? A little bit of lightning. Yeah, that's my Let's Play name. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. And now we can also go a little bit outside. There is this sun. Hello, sun. Also from a different project, we can play the sun animation actually. Go a little bit nearer. I've seen a very interesting video a few months ago with a really cool animated sun, a sun which blasts some sunstorms outside. You can create this in Blender. I need to watch the tutorial on YouTube to create that once. I haven't done this yet. I always want to do that, but I have so many little ideas, and then I stuck doing that. And watching tutorials is very helpful and is needed when you learn Blender, that's for sure. But it's also a little bit boring. But it's very important to do that from time to time. But right now I'm very happy with how I create suns so far. Since it looks kind of okay, and it doesn't drag too much, you know, it doesn't need so much performance, so that's good. I assume the other sun will need more performance, I believe so, not sure. Anyway, so you can see this is actually the spaceship. There are some duplicates here. I do this very often. Just, you know, if you have, in this case I had this idea to bend this, to create this little bit thing, but I wasn't 100% sure if I liked that or not, so I just duplicated the object so that you can go back if you really screw up something. Yeah, the idea was actually to create a room, but I had an idea to create, well, I just wanted to, well, I've seen this one here. So when we have the normal cube, and this is not really new to me, but I just did it and I thought, hey, what if we have this kind of nice looking cube, and I would have like my desk would be in this cube, and then it would have some windows. That's what I thought first, and then I had this guy here, and I thought, hey, doesn't look too bad actually. Looks a little bit spacey. And then I thought, well, okay, this one. No, this one is not. Then I had this guy here, and I thought, hey, that's cool, but it also looks kind of like the Umbrella Corporation. Which there's nothing wrong with that. This looks like a Bavarian Umbrella Corporation. I do not know. And yeah, so I kept working on it. This kind of looks a little bit off. That's because of the Bevel Modifier, You can turn this off, and now we have to make it flat. How to make like round holes in an Angular object, I figured out not really recently, but it's the newest thing, the newest coolest feature I figured out the last time. Sometimes you figure out like major things which you know that's gonna be needed so often. Again, I talk from the I learn the stuff nonsense perspective, and I'm gonna show you how to make this, because I really like doing it, and also it also helps me to make it stick to my mind. I don't want to forget that. So doing this often is very cool, and it's also, maybe if you are watching that, then yeah, thank you. I don't expect much on this channel. That is, yeah. Anyway, but I'm gonna show you this if somebody watches that far. Okay, so we have like here a normal cube, right? That's really simple. Then we're gonna select here. Shall I maybe, yeah, you know, let's focus only on the cube. I think that might be helpful. So now we have only the cube, and I would also maybe go into this menu. So we have a very simple cube now, and if you want to make a hole, a round hole into the cube, there are different ways. Like you could use I think this one is what I used often, and it's very cool. Don't get confused about the numbers here. That's just a turn this on and this here, because I really wanted to make a room, so I thought to make a appropriate room, a proper room. So I thought it's good to have some lengths here. You can turn it on or off here. Let's like have them off. We don't need them. So one way is to just say use a modifier. I believe it's that way. Let's figure this out. A boolean modifier, and then say this failed. See, that's good. Oh, what the heck? Ah, it cannot work because this is the same object. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's just get rid of this. New cube. Problem was that it doesn't really matter. Forget about that. Okay, so we have now two objects, a cylinder and a cube, and I believe it's like this way. Boolean modifier of the cube. I'm gonna select this guy and say different. Let's try it. I'm gonna apply it by Control A. Yeah, now we have a hole, right? So that's cool and so on, but it's also not really male. No, it's a good, I think it's a good hole. I don't know why I say that. It's not good. It's fine. If it works for you, it's fine. That's a positive thing, I believe. As long as you're not really, I guess, if you're just doing it like me or for fun a little bit, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, seriously, it has to look good. You know, even if you make games, I guess it has to look good, maybe not glitching around, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So take it easy. So we're gonna extrude this here. Let's do this again. So I just selected one face, E for extrude, S for scaling down, doesn't matter, we just scale it like that. And now we're gonna right click, say subdivide, and say gonna subdivide 10. The more if we subdivide, the more detailed the whole will be, the cycle hole will be. So it's subdivided to 10, and now we're gonna say F3, and we're gonna type into sphere, like this one we need. It's also here we can, and we now just not do anything but only dragging the mouse to a certain direction. Then we have this guy. We're gonna apply with left click, and now we say X, and we're gonna get rid of the faces. So we have here a nice hole, and that's cool and so on, right? So that's a big hole. So and now I have to think about, excuse me, because if we want to make a ball, so I mean it's nicely connected and so on, but what if you want to make a bowl? I would do it like that. We're gonna go into this menu so that we see it better. We say right click, merge verticals by collapse, and now we have this kind of nice looking thing. And what we're gonna do is select the whole thing like that, How you select that is up to you, you know, different ways. And we say right click and subdivide it again. Again, 10. And now F3 to sphere again, and we have a ball just on top of the cube. So this is how I figured out how to make, not subdivide. I wanted to just make it smooth. So it looks kind of like this. Here's the thing, I believe we changed also the, yeah, we influenced this stuff here. I mean, you know, this is something, it's still new to me, so there are certain ways to make it better for sure. Also using maybe here a Bevel Modifier. Let's see what happens when we use that. Bevel Modifier is also still something let's give it a material that's too white. Something I'm also kind of testing out by test and error. Maybe like this. You see, kind of works, but also not. What is that? This helps a little bit. So it's not perfect. I think what we could do. And now I'm gonna just test stuff because I do not know better. Let's just give it, assign it to this group. Let's call this one here ball. No, come on. Ball. Let's see if this works. So this is called ball. Let's see if this, yeah. So this one is now ball. And if you go to a modifier bevel again, you can change this here to a vertex group. And now we can use the bevel modifier for everything except that ball, if this works out. Let's see if this works. Maybe it's not really well. Not really well. I mean, no, not even a little bit better anyway. Maybe. Does this work now? No, I think, this only, okay. That's a good question, guys. No, I mean, it's fine and so on. The thing is, I just don't like those stuff here. And I was wondering on how to improve. What we could have done is maybe, wait a second, let's give it a try. I mean, it's really not about that, but you know, since this has happened so often, if you learn that, you think you're doing something and then you figure out, no, it's not really how I wanted to do it. So we extruded it once, right? Let's extrude this time another time. So now we have like this one, and now let's do the same steps here. Subdivide 10, make it to, we can also use that. We can also make it here mesh, and then here's it transform to sphere. And now we have this. I always delete those phases. I'm not sure if you have to, but I think so. We have this one. Let's collapse them. This could work too, but I like this version here. Merge, collapse by distance. Okay. Like this one. Subdivide. To sphere. Now we have a yeah, see, that's a lot better already. It's not perfect because I think the problem is that we really change kind of the angle here. And it's not a completely super round ball either, you know, so it's not a perfect thing. But what would that be good for? I think, let's say you have a Raumschiff, this is the German thing. Let's say you have a spaceship, right? And you just want to look outside the spaceship. Let's say you like this one. So wait. Okay, this is our rocket, okay? This is our rocket, and we want to have like this would be the glass thing, like this. So let's say we have a spaceship and we want to look out like what's the thing in the U-boat, in the submarine thing? Anyway, you know, the glass is where you look out of the ships. That's what I try to communicate. So let's make them. No, I don't want to have that. No, what the heck? What am I doing again? So. Oh. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Okay. So we just give the new material, and this one shall be the glass material. Them. No, this is not needed. Bum. What else? No, looks good. I just think we have to change this in the main settings too, or did I already? I did, because this is the same. I forgot about that I hide the rest. Okay, well, it still looks kind of the same. Now it looks better. Let's move it down a little bit. We forgot the bevel modifier. Huh? Bevel. And change too much. Yeah. Oh boy, this is really screwed up, huh? Anyway, there's a way to do it better. Did I maybe, what the heck did I do? Yeah, I think I did something wrong here. Is it a different material? Yeah. So okay. See, it's like a glass ball actually. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we're gonna activate the bevel modifier. Why not? Let's give it a try. Yeah. And percentages. And this time, oh yeah, I wanna try this. Maybe we can change this time. So assign a new vertex group. Let's call it like DDD, and let's say what did we do? Does this look? Did it work? Vice versa, I believe, huh? Well, there's definitely more practice needed here for me. That's what I can say for sure. Maybe this helps a little bit. Yeah. No, this is something I need to figure out how to do that nicer. But is it? Let me check this again here. Select. I thought that we can make it that it's... wait a second. What if I'm... Okay, let's assign a new one, and let's call this one here cube. Let's test this. Okay, let's only use the bevel modifier for the cube. Yeah. Yeah, here. Okay. Yeah, the outside is good. This one here is good, but this one is not. Still weird looking. But what if I extrude that? I think it's probably because it is really deformed. Yeah, it's not accurate. It's not. How could we change that? How could we do that? I mean, Yeah, okay, this is the Y thing. Let's just give it a try. Why not? No. That's interesting. Very interesting. How do I... And this is a way how we... Now we have only those points here. Okay, well. Try this one here. This one we're gonna copy. Go back. Let's put this value into that. No, this didn't help completely. Yeah, I mean, this looks okay, kind of, but it's definitely, there's something wrong. There is something you... Ah, well, this could help later on. Oh, it looks like a penis. Oh, great. Yeah, this one is... Okay, guys, anyway, this is just, I wanted to show you my spaceship, and this is, but actually it's a good example on what happens when you learn the stuff. You always kind of try to figure out stuff, and then you're ending up creating something. In this case, kind of penis, cube, whatever. But that's what it actually is. Okay, guys, so, well, there will be another video, maybe. When I had a little bit of progress. I was thinking sometimes when I feel like it, I'm maybe gonna create a new project. I also recall that maybe from the beginning I did this once on my Let's Play channel when I created a mouse, and it's fun to do that sometimes, but usually when I create stuff which I don't know how it looks in the end, I like to listen a lot to just music and create something, and because I do not know what I'm creating, I don't even know if it's worth recording it, you know. So anyway, good. For whom maybe it's interesting for some of you, maybe not. The point of this video is, well, not really much. I like to show those stuff. That's really the most important, the most honest point. And the second one is I can improve my English stuff, and I can maybe not truly teach you stuff, at least not at this stage, but maybe inspire. You know, not that you're making cool stuff, but maybe that if you are like Minecraft and you like to create stuff, maybe try a little bit of Blender, because if you take it easy, you can have a lot of fun. And maybe this helps you. If you see somebody who's always try and error, well, maybe, you know, maybe you're gonna do something or not, or whatever. Good, guys, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. We see us. Bye bye and auf Wiedersehen.